Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Sagittarius is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It's totally free, doesn't cost you anything. If there's anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Sagittarius, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And a Four of Swords. Excuse me. There's a decision that you need to make. There's something that there's something that you've been delaying deciding on. I'm getting this feeling that you're putting something off. You're kind of procrastinating a little bit. I feel like there's something pending. There's something that kind of needs your attention, needs you to make a decision or form an opinion or kind of take some action regarding. But it's something that we're just kind of putting off. It's like every time it creeps up on the to-do list, we say, no, I'm going to reschedule it for next week, you know? Let's put this into some context. Okay, let's see what's going on there. And let's see what it is, maybe why we're kind of delaying our decision here. We've got the Death cards. It is something, I think, that it's a big kind of life-changing decision here. The Death card's also telling me that it's almost like you feel like you have more time to decide than you actually do. Ten of Wands. There's going to be a lot of effort in this thing. It could be, it could be really like answering a job offer or replying to a message about, taking on some kind of new contract work. Maybe somebody's trying to hire you. It feels like there is this, now there's this Three of Pentacles, the Princess of Pentacles. It's something that is affecting a physical, financial, kind of earthly matter. So we can call that a business matter of some kind. Whether it's career or your side business or just your kind of personal creativity or personal projects, whatever it might be, there's some business, there's some transaction that needs to be decided on. I feel like it's almost you deciding if you're going to take on this new project. And it feels like it's something that maybe this idea of time that I'm feeling, because I kind of feel like, oh, you have all the time in the world to decide, right? No, I think maybe the idea here is that this is a long-term commitment, right? This is something big. It's going to take years to do, okay? Whatever a long time is in your world. To me, it feels like it's something that is years. It might even be something with a home. Maybe, I don't know if you're deciding about buying a home or selling a home. But the Four of Pentacles here is something that we're building, something solid, something that is meant to be stable. It's meant to last a long time, right? But it's going to take a lot of work and a long time to do this. This is a long-term commitment here, okay? Let's see what else we have. Well, we've got an Ace of Wands. Oh, a Nine of Cups. Beautiful. More fire, right? This is a Knight of Wands and a Queen of Wands. A lot of fire here. To me, this feels like the happiness, the Nine of Cups in your environment, in your physical life around you. We want this happiness around us. Really is going to require a lot of action right now. I feel like this is a situation that you shouldn't sit on this. You shouldn't wait. It needs to be done now. You need to start right now. The longer you wait, let's say it's a 10-year thing. Let's say it's a 30-year mortgage. The longer you wait, the longer that 30 years is going to take. You know what I mean? If we wait 5 years, well, then it's basically 35 years from now, right? So it's kind of the cards are saying, start now. Ace of Wands, don't wait. Start doing something now. At least make the decision now. And if you're deciding, yes, that it's going to be real nice, start now. Okay. The fire energy, we're in this earth, we're in this slow moving death energy. And so we haven't even thought about it too much, I don't think, right? Earth, we got a little bit of this energy in the middle, and then it's all fire. And then it's kind of like you've got to just step up and make up your mind one way or the other. And I think this is something that's really kind of scary, honestly, right? We've got the death card. Death card's kind of a scary card. I feel like this is something you want. 9 of Cups. Yeah, we all want that. That's happiness. That's pursuing our happiness, following our bliss. We're following our bliss. We're pursuing our happiness. We're not guaranteed anything. That's the problem here. Because you see that this is a long-term commitment that's not guaranteed to really work out the way you want it to. So there's a little bit of hesitation. There's even a little bit of fear with that death card. The death card always instills fear. It's meant to. It's meant to really grab your attention. This is the card of change. Long-term, gradual change. We don't take a situation like this lightly. Okay? And it's supposed to scare you. It's supposed to make you stop and think and be real sure about what you're doing. I think that we've been in this stage for a while where there's something it's been a minute that we've been kind of in this uncertainty, this kind of fear. Not even really uncertainty. It's almost like we just try to hit the pause button. We just said, yeah, I know I need to, but pause, reschedule on our phones or whatever. We reschedule it for the next week. And we just keep kind of putting it off and putting it off and putting it off. Because I feel like the decision really has already been made. I just feel like it's time to now make it official, to act on it, to start doing the work. Get that 30-year timer going already. Yeah. But it's going to take a lot of commitment. Fire and earth, right? What do we have in the spread today? Fire and earth. Fire, earth, fire, earth, fire, earth, fire, and... well, we don't have any more earth, but it's right on the money with fire and earth. This is something that you're manifesting. It's a long-term commitment, but I think the results are going to be proportionate to the amount of effort you put in. Yeah. So I think you're right. You're at that point now where we've got to do our business or get off the pot, you know? And the 4 is like you're saying, no, I need to reschedule that appointment. Right. My first thought that it was something about the doctor, that you have some sort of a test or some sort of appointment that you've been putting off. If that is what it is, go see your doctor. Do what your doctor says, right? Take care of yourself. Go to these appointments. I'm not a doctor. I'm not qualified to give medical advice, but I think it's generally some sound common sense. If the doctor wants you to go get a test or go have a follow-up appointment, try to go do that, okay? That's not something we should put off, all right? Especially if it's leading to our 4 of Pentacles, because the 4 of Pentacles could be health or wealth, right? This is something in the physical environment, and we want to shore this up. We want to make this a solid thing, whether this is you buying the house, making that commitment, taking that job, taking on that commissioned art project thing, or taking care of your health, your fitness, your well-being. Right? We want the safety, security, and integrity of this structure. So do it already. All right, do it already. The tarot here is really saying don't wait, at least for making this decision. It's something that we keep postponing, right? The princess here, see, this is like wild, untamed nature, right? This is just a wilderness of raw, uncarved landscape. This is the refined version of that. This is a wilderness. This is a cultivated garden, This is all the raw materials, and this is the house that you build out of it. And it's going to take an awful lot of work. There's that 10 of Wands. This is all of the work. This is every ounce of energy that you have. Okay, every ounce. Now, I feel like you are having something going on with your stomach, right? there's some sort of either indigestion or you've been getting more acid reflux or something like that. And I don't know if that's something that the doctor wanted you to follow up with. Just go follow up. Just go get the test done. Okay? The Spirit's telling me there's something with the stomach or the abdomen that's been bothering you. Okay? Again, I'm not diagnosing anything. Go have a professional look at it. All right, please. The Three of Pentacles, I wonder if this might be the biggest kind of issue that we have. Not so much the timeline, that it is a kind of a, whatever, 30-year kind of thing. But the Three of Pentacles might be the biggest kind of obstacle. Because this is cooperation. This is like everybody's got to work together. And so is this something that you're kind of not sure if you're going to be able to work with this person for that long? You know, let's say you're building a house, buying a house or something. Maybe it's taking on a mortgage, 30 years, right? Is this something you really want to do with the people that you're going to do it with? Right? This is, everybody has to work together. And I think that's the hard part, is thinking, God, I'm going to have to work together with these people for 30 years. It's a long time to be anywhere, to do anything. Okay? And so it makes sense. You're taking your time and you're trying to figure it out. But are you? And that's what we keep coming back to with the Four of Swords. Are you thinking about it? I feel like you keep hitting the snooze button. Your iPhone or whatever keeps giving you the alert, and you keep saying, okay, reschedule. Remind me later, right? Because we're not trying to think about it right now. And I wonder if you have a lot going on anyway, right? So it's kind of hard to like devote the time necessary to really, really give this some good thought. But Spirit says you need to. Spirit says we've got the earth ready to go. Everything seems to be in place. We've got to have the fire now. Usually we go fire to earth. Here we're going earth, and we're saying, okay, now we need the fire to get this thing started. Yeah. And the three is also about the commitment. It's about you understanding the blood, sweat, and tears that have to go into this. Your body, your heart, and your mind have to be all together now. And maybe there is a question of health right now. Maybe you don't feel like you are at full strength. And so then there's 1/3 of this trio, this triumvirate, that is not up to par. Physically, we're not ready, right? So then heart and mind have to wait. Okay? And the thing about this is that we need to select the mystery card. Almost forgot again. How dare you? We're going to select a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot, and this is going to confirm everything for us at the end of the reading, give us that kind of mystery piece of the puzzle. We're going to put Robo-Duck right there on top, a.k.a. Howard the Duck, a.k.a. that is not Howard Stern. If at any point during the reading you feel like you know what that card is, I want you to put your prediction down in the comments. Okay, let's do it together. Let's make it a group exercise in intuition. All right. Now, we have our major arcana here. This is the big situation. It's a life-changing decision that you have to make, right? Major arcana energy. And then we've got fire, 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 fire. We've got earth, earth, earth. We've got a little bit of water, a little bit of air. You got your heart and your mind here. Okay? We got our physical body, and we kind of know that this is a physical thing. We have to commit to it. We have to make sure that we're like physically like ready to endure this long haul thing. And we've got the resources in place. Now we just have to, we got to get the mind going. It's like the mind doesn't want to think about it. The heart's ready to go. The body, I think we're getting the body ready. But the mind is just saying, yeah, I'll talk to you in a minute. Yeah, not right now. I'm busy. You know, but everybody else is like, come on, we're just waiting on you. You know? And that's kind of what it feels like to me. But it feels like over here you are making that decision. Okay. Spirit is saying that this is a very important update, or like a very important turning point, really, in your fate, in your future. Okay. Now, your Spirit's telling me that you're not somebody that's easily influenced by other opinions, right? So it's kind of like by your own. It's like you know that your heart wants this. Your heart's like beating out of your chest because you want this, but mentally you're just like, I'll be with you in a second. You know, you're not swayed by people. You're not swayed by your own heart, let alone other people's emotional appeals, right? And that's a very good thing. But there has to come a time where we need to let that air energy flow. We need to think about this and figure it out. Maybe the mystery card will be a 5 of swords. It's not something I often wish for, right? You know me. I don't like the air energy in the reading. And I think it's because a lot of the time we rely too much on our discursive thought. And we don't feel the things, right? We don't feel it in a heart level. We don't feel it in a physical level. I think you do. And so it's the other way around. What we need is the discursive thought. We need to you need to calculate this thing and make a decision, right? And I think that this is something that has your absolute best life in mind, your absolute happiness. This is the opportunity for you to pursue what has the most meaning and depth and value for you, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically. Okay? This is it. This is the big one. We've got to make the decision to do it. Or not do it. But we've got to make a decision. Okay. And of course it's difficult. This is not a guarantee. Right? This is not a guarantee. I feel like this, you look at this as taking a big risk because of all of these factors involved, right? Maybe this is a commitment that you think, gosh, I'm already I'm already getting older. What if I can't make it through this whole thing? What if this is maybe this is a new job. Maybe this is a commitment to the military. Maybe this is an overseas, contract job or something. And you just think, this is a lot of change. This is a lot of stuff going on. What if I'm not up to it? You know? That you make a commitment to something, you sign the papers on something, and then you've got to stick with it. How would you get out of it if something were to happen? Or all these things. That's why you don't want to think about it, because there's a lot to think about. There's a lot to think about. The Ten of Wands is underneath here. This is, I think, really you worried about your energy level in this. You know, I think you've got the courage, you've got the heart to do it, but I think we're just wondering if it's not going to be overwhelming. Yeah. I wonder if it's just going to be like too much, and then we're going to want to find a way out. Okay. I kind of wonder if this is going to give you, it's kind of like a fresh start, but it's a start that is really comes with a lot of baggage already. It comes with a lot of responsibilities. You know, that this is a life-changing thing. It's maybe a new path in life, or the next phase of your journey. It's a heavy one, right? It's a heavy one. This is the big time. This is like we're really adulting here, you know. Also, Spirit's asking me about the alcoholic in the family. That there's somebody who is or was alcoholic. Yeah. I don't know what bearing that has here, but that means something to you. Okay, there's something there with the drinking. Yeah. Let's go to the path of the serpent. Okay. And as we do this, I would like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed, please do. It is totally free, does not cost you anything. And it helps out the channel, and I appreciate that. Okay. Ace of Wands. We're making that decision. Boom. We got it. Figured it out. If anything, I think this is the ace. This is that spark that needs to get into that 4 of swords and turn it into a 5. This is a little bit of motion. See the 4, now we add the ace, we got the 5, we've got motion, we've got movement. We at least got you thinking about all of these different factors and what you're going to do about it. Okay? I feel like there is some sort of business thing here. The 3 of Pentacles sometimes is a business transaction. It's an exchange of money or goods and services, right? This at least opens up our eyes and, okay, now I'm going to shine some light on this subject and I'm going to start looking at it. This is like you finally turn the light switch on in the office and you're seeing all the paperwork that you got to deal with. Okay? This is us kind of taking our head out of the sand a little bit, you know, realizing that, okay, I've got to look around at this. And I think once you do, I think there's this enthusiasm. I think that you have a real potential to get really worked up about stuff. And this might be part of it too, that you know that once you really focus on this, you're going to get more and more and more excited and jazzed up, right? And zealous and enthusiastic and, zesty with it. You know how much I like that word, zesty. And so this is another reason why we're just like, I'm not ready to be in that energy yet. You know, maybe you're taking a little bit of a break from all of that fire and all that excitement, you know, to focus on maybe stabilizing things, maybe focus on the physical well-being. Because once we activate this fire, it's a wildfire, right? It's just going to keep growing, and it's going to be a lot, okay? But it's going to be a lot of good stuff. This is happiness, and I think that's what you ultimately want in life, is this kind of satisfaction and this fulfillment, okay? Now, Spirit's asking me about the last like big holiday that we had. I don't know what the last big holiday was that we had. I guess maybe New Year's or something. Did something happen on New Year's, like some kind of big thing? It feels like it was just like a big dramatic thing, a big blow up, a big fight. Something. Spirit's asking about the last big holiday. What happened at the big holiday? Yeah. I don't know what that is. Also, there's an N name. I don't know if it's Nancy, Nanette, an N name. Yeah, I think it's a female energy. Maybe a family member. Okay. That goes back to the Nine of Cups, right? In the environment especially. We just want to be happy, satisfied, fulfilled. We want to be able to pursue those activities, those lifestyles, those desires, interests, and passions in our life that bring us the most depth and meaning and richness and fulfillment, right? We have a dream. We want to be able to at least try to live that dream, right? And that's the Nine of Cups. Living the dream, pursuing our happiness. This is the dream that keeps on dreaming. Yeah. And this is what your objective is. But I feel like we're avoiding this big situation because there's all these other little things going on. Maybe not so little. Okay. I'm not trying to diminish their significance. But this big decision that you have to make, I think, is like, that should be front and center. But there's all these other things. Yeah. I'm almost wondering if the mystery card's going to be like a 7 of Swords. Or an 8 of Swords even. Because this is really good. This is a big decision for you. And this, I feel like this is going to lead to a lot of good things for you. But there's risk involved. See, the water here is surrounded by all this fire that's kind of in a vulnerable place. This is saying that the happiness in your environment, it's kind of on thin ice, usually. It's always like they're one step away from things just being a disaster. Yeah. And so I don't know how this decision affects that. If it makes it a little bit more stable. We've got a 4 of Pentacles in the future. Stabilizing your life in such a way that your happiness isn't so fragile. You're building this foundation for yourself where it can endure a little bit more ups and downs. You know, if we have a very fortified castle, as strong as we can make it, it can withstand some attack. It can withstand some storms, right? I kind of think of the 3 little pigs, right? And for whatever reason, Spirit's showing me that story with the 3 little pigs. So I don't know if pigs are significant to you or if that's a story that you are very fond of or something, but the 3 little pigs, you want to build your castle out of bricks, right? Not out of straw, not out of paper, not out of sand, right? Not out of clouds, yeah. And so the stronger we build our future and the more effort we put into solidifying things, the more likely this is going to remain intact, our happiness, our ability, our opportunity to continue pursuing this happiness more and more and more. Yeah. But there is someone that you have to work with. And you see, now we've got the Queen of Wands and a Knight of Wands. I don't know if you're in a marriage or a partnership or something, but I feel like there's another one of you that has to kind of be on board too. Okay? I feel like you're very calm under pressure because you have that ability, again, to kind of not be swayed by emotion. You know, like you're not affected when people make these emotional appeals to you, right? You're more in control of that. But then there's somebody else, whoever this person is. They are not quite as in control of their emotions as you are. A little more volatile. And so in some ways, it's kind of a fire and water kind of mixed together and creates this argument. Could be that you don't want to approach this situation because you know it's going to turn into an argument. So we're remaining Four of Swords, just not dealing with it. Because we know once we start dealing with it, you're going to fight with this person. And the two of you might ultimately clash. Even though you're both fire. You're both in the suit of Wands. You both are together with the same goals, same objectives. But one is fire on fire. One is water on fire. So you have the same goals, but your methods are different. Your experience of it is different. The tranquility in you is not in the other person, right? And so it creates a kind of an interesting dynamic, to say the least. And so that might be part of what we're avoiding. We don't want this to be another whirlwind of arguments and all this kind of stuff. Maybe that's what happened at the holiday party or the holiday gathering thing. Maybe the conversation got too real and there was a lot of steam was created here. Yeah. Let's put these back here. All right. Let's look at the mystery card now. What do we need here? I think we need air. We've got to have this conversation, or we've got to have this thought process. There needs to be communication about this big life change, whether it's between you and somebody else or if it's just something internally. But we need the thoughts moving. We need the air going. We need, I think, a Five of Swords. If you have a prediction, put it down in the comments. Let's see what we've got. We've got a 3. Well, we've got a 3 of Wands. More fire. The 3 of Wands, now we match up with the 3 of Pentacles. Now we have fire and earth again. Right? Go figure. This is something that you are identifying with. Right? This is part of who you are, and I think this feels very important to you, and that's why we're not thinking about it. It's almost like something that you just want to kind of protect because you're not sure how to have that conversation. You're not sure how to think about it or how to talk about it. But I think ultimately this is your power to act, and this is you acting and functioning in this very harmonious way. A 3 and a 3 gets us a 6. Beautiful, harmonious, balanced, cooperative, right? If this is something that you strongly identify with and you assert yourself in a balanced way, then this manifestation will be a harmonious and balanced manifestation. So the 3, really, this is your power. This is your power to act. And I think that this is, again, it's kind of this emphasis like we don't want to wait. We don't want to keep putting it off. That this is an expression of yourself. And you want to create, right? This is a 3 and this is a 3. Our reality, our environment, our physical life reflects our psychic life, our spiritual life, our inner life, right? As above, so below. As within, so without. So what's going on within you is what you are creating outside of yourself, or in the physical world even. And in some ways, this is a psychosomatic thing too. It's stress, right? Internal stress causing physical ailments. That's another fire to earth thing, but that's internal, but it's still kind of going from spirit to matter, right? Our psychic environment, our internal environment produces our reality. And this is something that you've got to think about now as you start opening up that Four of Swords a little bit. It might be a can of worms, yeah, but it's one that needs to be open because this is your life. This is your path. This is your destiny. And we're going to do an extended reading. If you want to stick around, and I think you should, click on the link at the end of the video. There's one in the corner. There's one down below. They're everywhere, right? New readings for Sagittarius Wednesdays and Sundays, right? Unless we do a bonus reading, which you'll know. It'll say bonus on the thumbnail there. This is your regularly scheduled reading, okay? If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free, does not cost you anything. Leave a comment for me. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I like to see how worldwide our community is. It really is something special that we've got going on here. And it really is because of you. And I want you to know that you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.